again, man, when they thought it was finna end. Thank y'all for riding with me. Well, you know you fell a lot, then with your boy, Stories with V. At this time, family, y'all know what I need y'all to do for us, man. Like, share, comment, and I repeat, smash that subscribe button, y'all. We're on that road to 100K. If you new to the platform, welcome. Y'all know the motto, man. Kick back, relax. I got the rest of the show from here. AV Mob, let's get them, let's get them. Let's go. What's up, Mob? We back at them again, man. Kicking it off from the top. Story number one. Watch what you say. So, boom, right? Take a ride with me real quick. We got this dude now. Shorty supposed to be an outstanding member now. This guy right here, he a grown man. Now, this is something that's taking place way outside of our city, but somebody passed me the story like, V, go ahead and run this one for me. I got you. So, boom. Got this guy for real, old time, a well-known dude. He grew up in whatever city he in. You know, we don't get involved in that. But, boom. Shorty ends up, I believe he was like a bank robber. He was a robbery type dude, but he had a vicious smack habit. So he putting the smack up in him and he running all through the town, jacking, laying everything down. But the dudes that, the city that he live in, it's like a hub for real. It ain't like my city. It ain't like Baltimore, where it's though it's like a little piece of the pie. I'm talking about he live in one of the major cities where that shit coming through at. So boom. He be robbing little big-time connects and stuff like that. He ends up getting grabbed up on a charge. His co-defendant end up telling. He ends up coming to grab him. He ends up serving. I think he got sentenced to like 20 years in the Fed. So now he go through the federal system. Matter of fact, before that, he go through his city jails. He go through the gladiator schools of that. But he always had a thing for people that had bad charges. We all know what a bad charge is for real. So when we labeling a bad charge, meaning he was dealing with the age game wasn't right. Y'all know what I mean when we say the age game. He was dealing with something that wasn't in the age game. So now this is prior to him going federal. He always couldn't stand people that had them type of charges. So throughout him going through the city jails all the way up until his federal bit, anytime he ran across somebody that had that type of charge, he'll punish him. So boom. He do his little estate time. He get booked for the robbery thing. Co-defendant end up going bad. He go Fed bound. So now that he in the federal system, everything is even more intense because you playing on a federal level, meaning you dealing with the most dangerous from all around the world. Forget your city. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about the federal system is you dealing with the most dangerous from all over the world. Yeah, it's one thing to deal with the tough guys in your town, your city, or dudes who done came into your city. But I'm talking about when you take the worst of the worst from all over the world and put them on one compound, what you think gonna happen? So boom. Now that he in the federal system, he's still doing the same thing. He running around robbing dudes, getting high, and he always try to put the press on dudes that had them type of charges. Even though it's rare that you make it to a penitentiary compound, you're not coming on a penitentiary compound with that type of charge. But anywho, anytime he ran across one of these dudes, he would punish him, and he always made it his business to expose people who would try to, finagle their way through the system with those charges. Now, he does 20 years in the federal system, comes back home. He only home on the street for maybe, let's say 2 years. But what that be is, you didn't just serve 20 years. Okay, so now you do 20 years. When you come back home, you have been 20 years removed from society. So you don't understand the type of games that's being played out here nowadays. Now, mind you, I wasn't born in the 90s and stuff like that during that time. So that time and era, y'all might have been playing games. Y'all might not have been checking IDs. Whatever y'all was doing. You can't do that in 2020, whatever the case may be. So now he come back to the street. He ends up going to a party. He go to a party with some of his homeboys, supposedly good men. He go to the party. He ends up, trying to indulge with some soft legs. However situations go, they go. Come to find out 2 weeks later, police is hitting his door. Boom, they hit his door. When they come in there, they raid the house. They find his phone. When they go through the phone, they find some images that ain't supposed to be in there. Now, when they find the images, he got to get booked for these same bad charges that you done spent almost 25, 30 years of your life dropping a hammer on niggas that had this type charge. Now come full circle, 25 years later, you in the same hot seat. Now, the tricky thing about that is, let's say you run across a dude that got a bad charge like that. He might try to explain to you the situation, and you being on the other side of the discussion, on the other side of the argument, you not trying to hear what shorty guys say. Now, you in the same position, you coming through your city, your county jail, and motherfuckers are saying you come across the news. They don't even got to get to your paperwork. Your shit is on the news. Like, he come across the TV for wild charges, and he got so many counts of the shit. It's like, I think for every picture that he had in his phone, Time Out charged him with each picture. So you know how it'd be like, they might give you 1 count of this charge. They gave him 50 counts of each charge per picture. So now, boom, he grabbed up, he go through the jail. When he go through the jail, he not knowing that the shit ready come across TV, and the police over there don't like him because all the problems he was causing back in the day. So now they like, yeah, this is what we gonna do. We gonna release his ass to the population, because in his mind, he know the charges that he got. He don't know that the world gonna know, and he looking at it like, man, this ain't the feds. I don't gotta show these niggas my paperwork. However he felt, he ends up getting in there. That shit come across the news. Now, mind you, he in his cell when the shit come across the news. You know, breaking news, blah, blah, blah. Suspect obtained, charges gone wild, bit, bit, bit. Whole time, it's men on his unit that move with honor. You know, they got daughters, they got children. So it's like, oh no, his ass is barbecued. Go grab the hammers now. Whole time the OG that's running the unit, he sent his young boys up there and he tell them go grab the sharpest ones and the longest ones that we got. They go in there, they grab them motherfuckers, they order, listen, go in there, work them, and he better not leave out the cell. Whole time the little dudes running there, they wear his ass out. I'm talking about when they run in. Now, think about that is, he an old time. So he already understand the game. So when he see the little niggas pull up to his cell, he jump up and try to charge him. Whole time the little dude already up, catch him straight in his face. My bitch, fuck what you doing? He falls to the ground. 2 little dudes end up overworking him. He trying to fight his way out the cell, but they dragging him back in. While the one homeboy dragging him back in the cell, the other homeboy just hitting him all in his back. Bitch, bitch, bitch. I'm talking about he weighing him out. So now they drag him in the cell. They finish him off, but they don't completely finish him off because, you know, they still want to go home as well. They leave him in there, though. When they leave him in there, though, they wrap him up in the blanket. They slide him under the bed. Wrap him up in the blanket, slide him under the bed. They leave him there. Shorty don't get found for probably 2-3 hours later. When they come around to do count, they go into his door. They like, man, where's such and such at? Where's Johnson? They looking for Johnson. Johnson ain't nowhere to be found. They lock this shit down whole time. One of the men just so happened to look under the bed. Got him. Whole time they pull him from under there. They calling the meds in there. They got to put him on a little gurney shit. Carry him out. Rush him up to medical. He tried to get the best help that he can. He pulled through. But, I mean, he tore up from the floor up for sure. But all because of karma coming back to you. And now this is another wicked and wild situation. The same way that you wouldn't give every victim that you had the benefit of the doubt. Now, let's just say when he finished going through his court processes, what if it come out to be nothing? It's like, you know, that's just your karma for what you done did to people who might have been in the same position as you. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, y'all know the motto in that one. Wicked and wild what? Situations. With that being said, family, let's jump into story number 2. Now I'm on story number 2, man, of Father's Deeds. So now we got another old timer. He coming up, you know, in his era, in his time of day. And I'm talking about Shorty putting the smack game down, man. He putting the hammer game down. He ain't playing. I'm talking about he got blocks doing thousands a day, and he running a vicious hit squad too. So he was the type of dude the way as though he was groomed under some old timers that came up before him. In a game that they gave to him, and the laws that they gave to him was, this game that you playing in, men only understand 1 or 2 things. They only gonna respect money and violence, and the only thing that you need to display in this game is money and violence, because that's what it's all about. And this is the type of mindset that the old timer had coming into the game. So now, from the, let's say, the 80s up into the 2000s, he doing what he doing. I'm talking about he getting niggas knocked off. If you wasn't, it was more so get down to lay down. If you wasn't getting down with his team, he was going to have you knocked off. And it even got to the point to where as though he even got one of his own blood brothers knocked off because they wasn't willing to comply with, you know, what was going on. And he ended up getting one of his cousins knocked off because when the indictment came down, one of the cousins ended up telling, and he ordered this hit from behind the wall. So, you know, this dude here was a wicked and wild type of guy, and he was a different breed. So, boom. Let's just say he ripping and running, he handling the city, he got the city in a chokehold. A little dude that's a part of his crew gets grabbed up. Now, he get grabbed up on a petty drug charge. Now, mind you, he's part of a way bigger organization. He's part of a way bigger operation. So you getting booked for these little 15 to 25 pills. And you know the dude that you work for, you already got a lawyer on retainer. You already got a bail's bombing waiting for you. So it wasn't really no need for Shorty to tell. But the police that was chasing the big guy, the boss, they knew to target him because they knew he was the weakest link. If we got him in this room and put everything that we had in front of him not knowing no better, he was going to get scared, he was going to fold, and he was going to lead us to who we needed to get to. Whole time when they grab the little dude, he end up doing just that. They take him down the district, put him in that small room, put them lights on him, start telling him, listen, man, we ready to charge you for X, Y, and Z. We know you working for him, and we know what come with working for him. So if you don't tell us what the fuck we want to know, your ass is going to go out, and we not going to sentence you in your city. We going to send your ass all the way to the other side of the world, and we going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to do to you. Him not knowing no better, Shorty get scared, he end up giving in. Now, what they do is they send him back out into the street as a CI, confidential informant. So now, when he come back out, he's still ripping and running, but he wired up. So he's still doing drug deals. He's still around the big man hand, and he letting the police hear these conversations that he having with the big man. So whole time, you know, the police end up getting enough information that they need. They ends up hitting all the drug houses that they need to hit, hitting all the stash houses where the money was at, hitting the houses where the weapons was at. And of course, they ends up finding out where the actual big fella, the boss man, lives at. They raid his penthouse, catch him, everything he had in there. So now, once everybody get down to jail, of course, this case goes federal. So now, everybody get booked for real. Even more people start to comply. They start to cooperate. But the man that's in charge of this whole thing, he got so much power from a federal prison. He is still able to send orders to the streets because he knowing everybody that's coming back home. Everybody that's coming home that been told, he still got good people in the street that wasn't directly connected with his organization, but they still was good men. They still was under the umbrella. So now, when the rats is coming back into the streets, all he got to do is make a call to the good men, and they flushing all them out. So now, over a federal phone, he orders 3 M1s. He ends up getting grabbed up for them. Why he was moving and grooving like that, I don't know. He probably already figured like, man, the charges that they got me on, I'm going to be in here for the rest of my life. So I might as well make everybody pay who done went against me. So boom, he go ahead and get grabbed up for that. So now when he get grabbed up for that, they move him from the prison that he at. They send him to ADX. Now, if you don't know what ADX is, that's one of the most toughest federal prisons in the world. Now, I say that because it might not be the toughest as far as violence, but it has violent people there. But it's a lockdown facility, so it's mentally the most, you know what I mean? So, boom, he ends up going all the way, getting sent out there. You know, he's still alive till this day, a legend in his hometown. But that was wicked and wild, too, because now, once the state found out that you was the reason why your your cousin, and one of your blood brothers was knocked off, all because of, you know, this code that you live by, and some people live by the code like that, you know. It was a wicked and wild situation, man. But y'all know what it is, man. That's why I tell y'all don't get involved in this game. Just think about it, man. And then the little dude that wore the wire that came back in, that started making all the deals, getting people knocked off, of course, he met his despise because his name wasn't, let me say it like this. The big man paperwork, his name ain't pop up in. But one of the young boys that was part of the organization, his name was in their paperwork. So once they sent the word back out and the word got back to the big man, he ordered knock him off. And then he already had his hits crew. He already had his hitmen still on the street that was flushing shit out whenever needed be. But y'all know the motto, man. Wicked and wild what? Situations. With that being said, family, thank y'all for riding with me. Well, you know you felt locked in with your boy. Stories with V. At this time, one more time for me, family. Like, share, comment, and I repeat. Smash that subscribe button, y'all. We'll be at 100K in no time. I love y'all. AV Mark, let's get them. Let's go. We out.